Hi everybody, welcome to Active Self-Protection Extra, another rendition today because people have asked for them and I think y'all are seeming to have a good time with these videos. Another one of my safe queens, a gun that I don't own for any kind of defensive use, but I'll tell you all about it. This one that sits in my safe is a Henry 22 with an octagon barrel. Today's video is brought to us by Mantis. The Mantis family of products is integral to ASP staff building handgun and carbine skills and are your most economical and fastest path to improvement in your skills too. Whether you choose the X10, the Laser Academy, the Blackbeard, or use them all in concert, they will help your practice be more effective, efficient, and fun. Go check them out, pick up a unit, and thank them for sponsoring today's video. So this is one of those guns that is just fun, to be honest with you. It is a good time. I love this little gun, and I owned this gun. I bought this gun for my kids as a squirrel hunting gun. Now, it is not a beginning squirrel hunting gun. I'm going to tell you when I teach kids how to squirrel hunt. Now, you might be thinking, whether you are in the country or where you are in the world, because Asp Extra has people all over the world, that a 22 is not the best choice for squirrel hunting. And I totally get that. I know plenty of people that hunt squirrels with shotguns, whether that's a 410 or a 20 gauge or even a 12 gauge. That's fine. Here in Arizona, up in the Coconino National Forest, we hunt A-bear's tree squirrels. They are big suckers, right? An A-bear tree squirrel without its tail will get 12 inches long, 14 inches long. They're big freaking squirrels. You know, they're not these little bitty like ground squirrels that I see all over the world that I grew up with in California. They're big freaking squirrels, and you can hunt them with the 22. Now, a lot of people will hunt them with a shotgun because a lot of times you are shooting them out of trees, and if you miss and you send a bullet off into the wild blue yonder, that's a bad thing. Okay, but this requires a good bit of skill, and it would require us making sure that the child who is shooting gets to a place where they have a good backstop, usually the trunk of the tree, in order to take a shot at the squirrel, so that if they miss, they sent the bullet into a safe direction. This 22 has killed a lot of squirrels, okay? And made a lot of squirrel chili. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not, they call it the chicken of the trees, and okay, fine. I'm just not the world's biggest fan of it. We make it in chili, and you put it in there with tomatoes and spices and seasonings and whatever. My wife likes to make chili with beans, so it usually has beans in it. I know you Texans, don't get mad at my wife. But this rifle has killed a lot of squirrels, okay? But my kids have all grown up. And none of them hunt anymore. And so my youngest is now 19, and none of my kids do that as a regular basis. We would do that as kind of father-child time. All my kids, all four of them, killed at least one squirrel. Now, some of them decided after one squirrel, that's enough. I'm done with that. Now, my son James, he and I went out for Squirrel Apocalypse every year for about 7 or 8 years when he was a kid. And we would take this rifle for him once he was smart and good with a rifle. Once I could really trust him with a rifle with a repeater like this, then he would use this rifle. Before that, he was using a single shot rifle it was a little bolt action that I had bought for him. Take that out, put one in, and then that way if he missed or whatever, had a mishap, there wasn't any danger of a follow-up. But once he had safety down, once I knew that he really understood the rules of safe firearms handling, I would let him carry this gun with an empty chamber and a full tube, because this gun here in 22 long, short, or long rifle will hold 16 in the tube. So you could fill the tube awful full, run around the woods in it with the chamber empty. If you saw a squirrel, you could put one in there really quickly and go to work. Pretty nice little rifle, right? So blued steel, octagon, real heavy barrel. And I don't think the octagon barrel does anything really. Henry says, well, it's for cooling and it makes it steadier and those things. Makes it a little heavier for sure. Pretty nice walnut stock for a fairly new rifle. I think I picked this guy up at Sportsman's Warehouse, is where I bought this rifle. Did I buy this rifle? I think I bought this rifle in 2008 is when I bought it. It's got a nice bead sight on the front. I don't know if you'll be able to see that real well, but a nice gold bead on the front. This is a high quality gun. You pick one of these up now out at your major retailers for, I think this guy right now goes for about $450, $500 at retail, which is a lot of money. I paid less than that for this. Obviously in 2008, our money was worth more. And so I paid probably, I think I paid right at $200 for it, if memory serves me correctly. And it sits now in my safe waiting forever the day. I don't have any grandchildren currently, but waiting the day that I do have grandchildren that want to go and have the Squirrel Apocalypse. And we will go and kill some A-Bear tree squirrels and turn them into chili. That's one of the reasons that I keep this rifle around, and because it brings me a lot of joyful memories. I'll also say I know some people in the comments on the previous video castigated me for being a San Francisco 49ers fan, and that's fine too. I grew up, I was born and raised a Niner fan. You might have seen the video of me taking my mom to a Niners game last year as kind of our last big outing. And I went to my first 49ers game when I was 6 months old, and I was born and raised a Niner fan. I'm golden red until I'm cold and dead. Good years and bad years, Niners are my dudes. I don't put a whole lot of stuff in football anymore. I mean, it's just football. It's not really real life. It's not a big deal. It's just football, right? But my sister made me this shirt, so I wanted to show it off on camera. Anyhow, great rifle, really good. This guy's in beautiful shape. The reason that it sits in my safe is I'm hoping one day to use it with my grandchildren, and I don't think I would sell this rifle. I just don't think. I think if somebody was like, John, I really want that rifle, cool, go down to the store and buy you one, because this one's going to sit in my safe for as long as I have hope that maybe one day my grandkids might want to go hunt squirrels. Hope you have a great day. Download the Asp Unlimited app for all the content you love from active self-protection and more, with no interference from YouTube. No ads, no age gates, exclusive videos, seminars, classes, and more on iOS, Android, Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, and Android TV. Hit the link in the description or download Asp Unlimited from your app store today.